I feed the thing that lives with me. The apartment hunt was mental. Rents way up from my uni days when I was last hunting for them. I finally found a nice cozy apartment I could have. Even though I never met the actual owner, after searching for a while, I just stopped and decided to ask in every call if they got anything cheaper. And finally, this one guy did. He just said, "Hey, actually I do. I have this place, but no one actually stays in it for long. It's a fixer-upper, so you can have it for, I don't know, 180 a month." That works for me. He sent me the contract via email and left the keys in a post box, which was super weird. But everything seemed legit, and it worked for me because, well, I don't talk to people anymore. I don't like to talk to people. I don't like people. It didn't happen all at once, no dramatic falling out of grand isolation, just a quiet slipping away. Messages stopped, calls dried up, the kind of silence that grows naturally when no one bothers to fight for friendship anymore. And maybe I stopped fighting too. I just needed to get away from everything. It was exhausting me. The fake smiles I needed to wear for every dinner, event, or any social gathering. I just realized I'm better off being alone, without needing to fake my state of mind, and it finally worked. I was finally at peace. Happy. The apartment is small, 2 rooms. I know now why it was so cheap, and the hallway lights been flickering since I moved in. The landlord doesn't care, and neither do I. I kept the curtains down, I cook what I can afford, I don't look in the mirror much, and I don't really care about it. I'm not a social person, and I don't go out much. Issue is, I also do not sleep well. I always have an issue with that, so most nights I spend on the couch watching Netflix, followed by a morning coffee and back to the day at hand. There's even a worn spot on the couch cushion that fits me perfectly. That's my place now. But there's also one thing I didn't mention. There, in the corner, it's the far left one, just behind the bookshelf I never finished unpacking. I use the boxes of books as chairs at this point. That's where it stays. I didn't notice it at first. When I moved in, I just lived in the chaos. The idea was to sort things out as I go. At first, I thought it was a pile of laundry I'd forgot to sort, but when I tried to move it, my hand passed through something soft that resisted, like pressing into a pillow that pushes back. Except colder. Damp, maybe. It didn't make sense, but since I was lacking sleep for basically my whole life, the idea of my mind playing tricks on me wasn't really new. So I left it. The next day, it was sitting a little straighter, I think. The shape was still low to the ground, maybe 2 feet tall at best, like a lump with no real features. But now it had posture. That was the first time I looked at it for more than a second. It didn't seem like anything much, really. It was like a weird ragdollish stuffed bear to keep me company. In a strange way, it made the room feel less empty. I started calling it Mop. Not because it looked like one, exactly. More because I didn't know what else to name a small, lumpy presence in the corner that just sat there and didn't go away. At this point, I figured, maybe it's not just in my mind. It's there for a while now. I just kind of got used to it, though ignoring it for the most of my time. I just shrugged it. Whatever it is, it beats a plant. People talking to plants are weird. Mop didn't react to his name, but I found myself talking to it anyways, like a roommate I wasn't sure existed. "Hey, Mop, you eat dreams or just leftover sadness?" Or, "I dropped spaghetti on the floor. That's your problem now." The more I joked, the more I felt like it was listening. I'm probably losing my mind again. One night, I left a slice of toast on a napkin near the corner. Not out of fear, more like a joke. A joke of realization I was a sad guy with no one to talk to but a few rags in the corner. "Here, freeloaders get crumbs." The next morning, the toast was gone. Napkin, too. No crumbs, no mess, nothing. It wasn't mice. I got rid of those when I moved in, as well as patched the holes in the wall. That was the first time I understood that maybe, just maybe, it could actually move. I didn't panic. I wasn't even surprised. I think a part of me had already accepted that Mop was real before I wanted even to say it out loud. And more than that, it was staying. I didn't mind. It wasn't hurting anything. If anything, it made the space feel less empty and a little less lonely. It was a crazy guy's imaginary friend that replaces normal people's companions, like dogs, cats, or cactus, and I shrugged and just kept feeding it leftovers. It's basically kind of a weird dog, and shrugged. As the days passed, it started to change, not drastically, just small shifts. It would be closer to the couch some mornings, or perch slightly higher, like it had grown an inch overnight. It was weird. Its shape got a little smoother, a little more defined, like a melted snowman slowly reforming. At some point, I noticed it had two soft-looking stubs, like arms. No fingers, just rounded bumps like plush limbs sewn onto a stuffed animal. Am I losing my mind? Am I falling asleep and sleepwalking? Eating leftovers and sewing laundry parts into a sewn-together bunch of laundry? Then it was the first time it moved while I was looking. I had just come back from a walk. An errand I had to run, soaked in rain and sick with exhaustion. I collapsed onto the couch without a word, face down into a pillow. After a few minutes, I felt something nudge against my shin. Not hard, just a bump. When I opened my eyes, Mop was a few inches closer than it had been. Its little arms were drawn and a child hugging its knee. It looked concerned. I didn't move, just whispered, I'm okay. It didn't reply, but it didn't leave either. I'm going mental again. I'm imagining things again, but then I blinked. I jumped, gasped, and then I don't really know. I just kind of accepted that I'm going crazy. I'm not sure. Am I going crazy? But if I'm crazy, I might as well just accept it and go on. It's not like anyone would notice from then on. It followed me from room to room, always in the corner, always where it wouldn't be seen from the windows. Sometimes I'd catch it staring, not in a threatening way, more like a dog watching its owner with quiet focus. I'd eat dinner, and Mop would be nearby. I'd read in bed, and Mop would be tucked in the corner, faintly rocking side to side. This went on for a while. I guess I do have a pet. I just can't walk it or show it. Why would I show it anyways? And why would I walk it? This suits me. I didn't feed it every day, but when I did, the food always disappeared. Then it started purring, or something like purring, a low, rhythmic hum that filled the room like the inside of a seashell. I guess it's not a dog. I guess I'm a cat person after all. Oh, I just accepted it again. It's a weird-ass cat. Yes, it also made sense, as it really didn't like to touch or to be touched. Cats are assholes, but then it would cuddle next to me. Weird-ass cat. I'd be halfway through a sentence, reading some old fancy novel out loud, and it would start vibrating gently, like it was pleased. It was cute, in a strange way, like a cat. I really do need to define it. It's weird. I redefined it every so often. Yes, this is final. It's a cat with no mouth and too many thoughts, but it's a cat. My cat. My weird, creepy, strange cat. One night, I had a breakdown. No real reason, not that I needed one, not that it was so uncommon, but it was more than usual. Just the accumulation of things. Life, memory, a crush of sense of uselessness. I sat on the bathroom floor with the lights off, crying into my sleeves, and for the first time in months, I wanted someone. Anyone to knock on my door. Someone to care. Instead, something warmed my back. I turned slowly. Mop was there, pressed against the frame, just barely tall enough to reach me. One stubby arm rested on my shoulder. It didn't feel slimy or heavy, just soft, solid, like someone small trying to comfort someone falling apart. It was so fragile, so gentle. I didn't say anything. I didn't need to. I just leaned into it. You'd think I stayed there all night. Then I realized it cared for me, far more than I cared for it. I was dismissing it, not even admitting it was there on a daily basis, still feeding it as a joke. Sometimes I just kicked it out of the way and it curled into a corner. But from that day on, I fed it daily. Real meals. Bowls with broth, bits of chicken, steamed rice, sometimes eggs. I always made more and made sure to share with it, and it never left a trace. I read out loud while it listened, swaying gently or curling tighter when the characters were in danger. This gentle little thing that I couldn't explain. What if I had told someone? Would someone take it away as a wild animal? But it wasn't an animal. It was rags. I still don't know what it is, but I knew I had to take care of it. It never made a sound, not once, but I never doubted it understood me. I stopped thinking of it as a thing or creature. It was just Mop, my Mop. Then, one strange day, if strange can be described as different at this point, someone probably decided it's worth checking that lone-lighted apartment in the otherwise pretty empty building. I heard breaking in the main entrance door with a crowbar. I heard steps coming up, squeaking floorboards. It was around midnight. I was awake, rigged on the couch, Mop curled in this corner with an apple and a bowl beside it. The lock rattled once, then again. A heavy, deliberate push followed. Someone on the other side of the door whispering something I couldn't make out. I froze. I didn't have anything to defend myself with. No bat, no knife. My phone was across the room and my legs wouldn't move. As defunct as I am, this scared me out of my mind. A sudden flash of clarity, or reality. I'm in danger. The door creaked open just a few inches, enough to see a foot booted, heavy. Then a hand wearing leather gloves pushed it further, and a man stepped into the room. Pale, blank-eyed, and black hoodie. I'm not sure what he came for, but I guess he saw me. Or the place has easy pickings, or whatever he can get. People get by how they can. He wasn't frantic like you'd expect, just there, like breaking into homes was his shift, and I was just his task for the night. There's no rest for the wicked. He didn't speak. He didn't demand money. He just raised a long kitchen knife and stepped forward. I guess he didn't expect me to be there, or awake. He couldn't even scream. Then Mop moved. As scared as I was, my mind now focused on how I needed to save him. He was helpless. I needed to do something. I needed to protect him somehow. But then Mop moved slightly forward again. It didn't leap, it didn't make a sound, it just unfolded. It grew taller, not in the way the thing stretched, but like a shadow deepening, if I can describe it in this way. Its shape swelled until it filled half the room, like it's devouring walls, like it's growing over the walls, eyes opening where no eyes had been, and more and more. Every wall turned into a black shadow with more eyes than I could count, glowing faintly like stars in a deep fog. Its stumbly arms became wings or veils or something in between. I froze. No, I was paralyzed. It didn't move. It didn't attack. It simply was. The man stopped mid-step, looking around behind him, looking up, while his knife hit the floor. He was terrified. He tried to run, but the room bent around him. The shadow covered his leg to his waist. The light grew dim and sharp all at once. The air folded inwards like a vacuum closing, like reality was twisting into a point, and then darkness. For a moment, that felt like forever. And the next moment, he was gone. No sound, no scream, no trace, as if the world had corrected a mistake. Mop shrank back to his original size, curled into his old shape and rolled quietly into the corner, like nothing had happened. I sat on the couch and sat there for hours, unable to move. I didn't ask what it was. I didn't need to. I didn't know, but nothing can explain this. Nothing needed to. It had chosen to protect me. The next morning, the bowl was empty, and Mop blinked up at me. It smiled. Not with his mouth, it had none, but with its entire being. A soft warmth radiated from it like a hug held at a distance. I think it was proud of itself, and I wasn't afraid of Mop. Not of Mop. Not really. I was afraid of what I didn't understand, afraid of what it had the power to become, and the fact that it chose not to. It could have unmade the world if it wanted to, bend reality to its will, but it didn't. It stayed small. kind, patient, quiet. It let me talk down to it, let me feed it as a pet, let me insult it, laugh at it, ignore it on the bad days, even kicked it. It accepted all of it because it wanted to stay, and I don't know why it chose me, but I don't know what would happen if I didn't. So I feed it now, properly, loving. I clean the bowls now, even though I do not understand how it feeds. I speak gently. I read with feeling. I never leave it alone for too long, and when I have bad nights, I let it curl up near my bed, just out of sight. Not because it needs me, but because it's choosing not to need more. Because it's choosing to be small. Because it let me live. And because I understand now. And that's what terrifies me.